What's up, everybody? Hey, y'all. This is totally Sassy Key from 803. I am here with a live watch party. Okay. Hey, Rally Rails, Canadian best friend. LOL. Hi. Edna Chagois, the Alley Cat, Elisa Triplet, Sassy KK. What's up? Yes, I was waiting for the notification. I want to hear what Sassy has to say. Oh, you gonna hear it, sis. Ruthie Lewis. Hey. Um, y'all, before we get to this other stuff, we're gonna watch. I'm gonna go ahead and start Love and Mary Transfield. Cause Mel is on it tonight. And guess what? We're gonna watch Mel. Okay. Hey, Patricia Elker. Blackout Wonder Channel. Everybody, I'm sick of this. What you call someone like her across the trash? I don't know what you call her, a wildebeest. That's a soulless soul. That's it. Hold on, y'all. Cameron, hold on. You need to be drinking water. You need water. They're in the refrigerator. Seriously, don't be doing it. It's too hot for that. I'm getting about to pass out. That's my grandson. He out here exercising. Now this heat. Blackout Love Mary Hudson just listened to Sassy Review. Right. Hey, Greta Lee. Hey, Janetta Speaks, my member. What's up, Naja? Sis, was your day today? Because you were on fire early. Oh, let me tell you, it's better. It's going to get better, okay? These hood rats think we don't know what they doing. We know what they doing. I know what they doing. I know the scheme. I see it. I saw it, and I'm going to call it out, okay? Hey, Audrey Gavins, my member. Miss T, Zeta Mom. Safisa Trammell, welcome. Shayla, Step M. Okay, Dr. Ann is in the house. Hey, hey, Valerie Owens, my member. Just got home from work. Me too, Valerie. Bunny Mason, Keisha Brooks, my member. Alyssa Triplet, my member. Linda Gamble, my mod. Hey, G Squad 68, my member. Jackie Johnson, Patricia Elker, Just Joyce, my member. We have to remember it was Tisha that originally brought her cousin on the show when she wanted said cousin to go against Kimmy. That was shown in the earlier seasons. We're gonna talk about it, but right now we're gonna go to this mess, okay? See what Mel doing, and if it ain't that good, it ain't good. Guess what? We won't do it. Mel seeing is on now. I'm turning it off afterwards, right, Jonelle?
Previously on Love and Marital.
If I could get all the money back that I belong to y'all, I'll be wealthy. If it was left up to your daddy, y'all wouldn't have.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm in a marriage that I don't want to be in. I'm getting about it quick.
How soon?
Paperwork signed. Okay, right. Just the conversation. Like you said, how would you all feel about the idea of possibly having like a group therapy for the professional?
I would like that.
You going to? Don't worry, I'm gonna pick you up. Therapy stolen. Not with us around.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you do now. You need therapy solo now. For real, for real. I ain't gonna lie. Nell needs something. Yeah, Nell needs she needs some therapy. Okay. Hey,
I just honestly feel like stolen. Not with us around.
mm-hmm.
Talk to somebody.
No, I just need to get out of debt. Some people just need to talk to someone. Because therapy is not just going when you're depressed or going through something.
Uh-oh.
I'm not doing that.
Yes, you will.
I have helped everybody. And right now, I need to help myself.
Go to
I
therapy.
need to help myself.
And me talking to you,
Yeah.
emotion. We are a tight knit family. So to have someone unbiased and professional that can give you more tools, exactly. No side, somebody give you more tools. Everybody.
Hey, Miss Shirley, sir.
My adult children telling me as if I need more tools,
You do.
like a therapist.
You
I
do.
don't think I'm the one that need a therapist. The therapist is supposed to be for them. What I need is everyone to take care of themselves.
No, you need therapy now. Something wrong with your
Life
mindset.
and things that they need in their life. I need boundaries set, and that's what I'm seeking. So you don't feel like
You should did that when they were little.
Well, maybe that's what we're saying.
or just a good
Counseling is a better term. How about
I
counseling?
wonder what Neil is afraid of about therapy.
It is.
Past trauma still ain't healed from Chris. That's what it is. Oh, from the devil. From Marco. With they shut down lounge. Oh, Lord.
You want to come to this, make the godliness, everything good with you? Been a long time, been a long time. I know, it's been a long minute, man. You want something to drink? Definitely. I need old fashioned.
Oh, yeah, he's sweet.
Get that right there. You can get something straight or neat. Whatever you want to make.
Oh, yeah, he shaded. He looking at Marcel.
Monaco, the movie theater. He recently called me, said he's in town, so I told him to pull up at Black.
He wasn't in town. You called him.
Last time I was here. Oh, you were? Yeah, but see, I was up here. There was a lot going on, and I had a little situation. I just wanted to come and apologize because you got into it for me. Yeah, can traded for my ex-wife.
Ain't your ex-wife, your wife.
Attempt. I heard a little bit about that, but I thought somebody there, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a. Yeah. I didn't know that he was her husband. I didn't know she was married or he was married. Are you married, bro? No, we're not married yet.
Marcel lying.
Going on with her. Oh, so she technically but they've been separated for like 5 years. This is kind of new to me. I mean, of course, I knew all three of y'all, but I didn't know that.
Marcel sit up there and told the whole lie.
It's not really definitely not. I think it's it was an entanglement on her end. She's entangled with the gentleman, and the gentleman's point. That's y'all entangled. That's y'all.
Nah, he a little sweet. He mentor grown adults and her grown children need mentoring. Thank you.
I'm coming back for my kids. I'm also coming back to gain closure in this situation. So, walk me through the time. What? I mean, me and Trish got married at like 18. And
So?
my son, high school student, for sure. We was together for a long time. And then her parents passed. And I think I wasn't there for her at the time when her parents passed. You had.
In
I
jail.
was there physically, but I might have checked out emotionally. I know for a fact that I wasn't there for her like I should.
In jail.
That's because no one in my family had ever passed. I never realized I didn't have empathy. So that's why I think there was probably some issues on her end. Did you love her? So I'm not sure if I was in there. You weren't there for her. You weren't there for your wife or nothing.
But Martel will.
COVID 2020, I think it
Tell the truth.
broke me in a sense where I realized that I didn't want to be in this situation and have a lot of resentment between me and her and unresolved issues and things that we never talked about, never went to counseling about. And I don't think I handled it right because I did leave. You back from where? I live in Atlanta.
Man,
Why'd you move to Atlanta? I moved to Atlanta from Huntsville because I don't know, maybe I just left to escape like how I was feeling because of the situation with
he
Kiki.
confused.
Because I couldn't handle seeing him around my kids like that. I couldn't handle taking my kids to school every day. I couldn't handle taking my son to homecoming. I couldn't handle
Right.
dance.
Money.
But what do you define as a father? I want to take the kids to school, take some of the things, act as in the capacity of a father. Because I felt like she erased 6 years of her life was in a matter of a year and a half because I left her. And
Hey, Pumpkin, why you sorry ass Lawrence? So all people meet with this man.
how do I get past that?
See, that's that
I
bull,
can be the
right?
Pumpkin.
You know him. He used to work with him. I guess that's why.
All right. If you leave your household, you left your wife and your kids. No, you can't.
Now you did that time. We ain't
For
gonna
6
lie.
years and then not do it.
Mm.
You probably did something you earned.
Have you earned yours? Hell no.
Yeah, I think that men sometimes have to really understand what it means to walk away from a family. Because on one hand, you have the love with your wife and your spouse who you thought may be forever. And at this point, you don't like it. But the question is, do you want your daughter sitting on another man's lap? And how comfortable are you with your son calling another man father? And sometimes that outweighs love. I think she's still in. I feel like he's like a rebound. Like in essence, he was already like waiting for his opportunity.
Mm.
Like
Said you tripping me out. You can go.
The first inclination of who he
They good.
was IG. Right. This was probably like 3 years prior to me leaving. He was putting chocolate emojis under her IG, and I was like, she's in the gym all the time. So okay.
That wasn't him. That was Marital.
All right. So cool. Then she left her phone.
Hey, sweet ass.
Send the messages.
I hate that half for male and she is She had no support from anyone on that show. Why
you think she worked out? She met him at the gym. You know what she used to tell me? Like man, I love chocolate. This dude chocolate. So it's like,
but you can. With Marital. That was Marital.
I'm like, you had a homeboy. You've been together since high school. Nah, he was like somebody that was already plotting.
Nah, that was Marital from.
It's been a situation with this man.
I'm low.
My daughter had money for 2 years. Stop telling me she loved me. It's a situation where I love my daughter. She's 10. So at the age of 7, 8, that's when they stop. She stopped. No, it's not when they stop telling you. When they hate you and that it's your family and that your daughter's gonna do that. Yeah, we had the perfect family. Is she wrong?
No.
She didn't get that from herself. She's a child. She got that.
Oh no, she got that from herself, bro.
She don't think she got it from her dad.
Okay, Marital.
All the kids came over to the house.
What's wrong? It's too loud.
I am loud. They tell me they think I need therapy.
You do. How about that?
My daughter. No. That's why you don't leave your kids, bro. Kids, bro. It's her family. Your daughter's gonna do that. Perfect family. Is she wrong? She didn't get that from herself.
Yes, she did.
That's what she said. She don't think you got it from her dad. You raised your daughter.
Yeah.
For 7 years. I'm still raising her.
Okay.
Okay. During that time, you raised her to be things like intelligent, confident, well spoken. So you raised her to be
good, baby. You left your kids, fool.
I took him to school. I stayed over there every day. I talked to him every day. What is talking to him gonna do? I spend time with them when I can. Maybe not as much as I can because I'm okay. That's my leader.
Look at him. Hey, look at him zooming in on his feet.
You left them. That's what he says. Hey, left me. That's what she feels. That's my mom. That's what I'm telling you. I didn't have.
The what?
Never had a talk.
That's right. Look there. A fool always trying to tell someone what they should do. When he tell you right, I ain't gonna lie. And she gonna look at you like a sissy.
You don't want to be a
Hey, Dad, they girl.
Want her to run to his arms and give a hug her. No. Okay. So rather the man that your ex-wife married, when she has a tough day at school, he comes in.
Right, Mike and Frank.
He says, "Call your dad."
Hey, look, Keisha Robinson.
Kind of guy you want to be around your daughter? No, but I tell you what, the hug her be. No, the part of it that they get it's
And myself.
that's why you don't
Mm.
you want her back? No, I just want to figure out how to compare my kids to figure out how
He don't want no woman. He got a boyfriend.
how we can resolve this. I really just want to my kids is big.
Hey, did y'all hear Marcel say Mel and Trish's husband were like, huh? No.
My kids and in relation to he and Trish and Marital and Bill,
Uh-uh.
my kids may be the Bill and
Man, shut the hell up with your bow head. Looking like a Squidward with that little old nylon shirt on.
but you don't want to take it out of
You don't even know your own kids, right?
I get it.
Do you know your kids? Where your down there right now, Marcel?
This man coming in, that's never happened with I need that. This is something I
Oh, dude, foul.
should feel hurt about. Your daughter's 10 years old.
Look at him. He's foul. Yeah, he don't want no woman, honey. He want the pedestrian. Take your own advice, Marcel. Mm.
Y'all need to have a conversation.
You sure did?
Such a hard time.
Man, you ran out with another man. Okay.
You know what the first word should be asked about? You talk.
No, he knows goddamn.
Thanks.
Yes, as he is sugary. He's sugary, baby. You don't want no woman.
Oh, he's taking him out the country. He's all up.
He being a man that you can't be. So be a man to your boyfriend.
It was a tough one. But you want to be a co-parent. Start finding out.
Mm.
He has a choice. I already have a choice, but
Mm-hmm.
somebody does. You didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Decide like
Oh, Marcel, you got to get beat up, baby.
me. Man, you came at my wife while she was married. That's not.
Well, see,
You did right.
to
You did right.
not to just yell at him. Oh, well, you can't get.
Is that fair? Just want to be my kid.
But be that, sweetie. Damn.
Right now, it's having a lot less pride. Having a lot less pride and realizing this guy's been helped.
Coming up on Love and Marriage Huntsville. They tell me they think I need therapy without the phrases. I don't need no one.
Yeah, you
Sometimes
do.
your emotional thermometer is up.
What?
I'm gonna make sure that my kids
That is a favorite thing.
Why?
they come to you.
What, babe? Sit your wet ass and eat this food before you pass out. Bye. Bye. Curiosity. What are you talking? Eat that wine, bye. Hey, Karen. That Mel looking pretty. Hey, Mel. Hey, friend. Where have you been?
So I ain't got to give you a bath.
Hey, take your chase. Man, I think you're right. Was that Mel talking to Mel?
Y'all, this damn, she get here. How did that year going? That year is going. Is it? Okay.
Who's Marcel to question anyone about fatherhood? Right, Jacqueline Grant?
Situation. So they got to be going to kindergarten, so they have to go to the other schools now. Oh, are you sad? You know, sad. I said, honey, let me get some lemon because I don't know if it's going to be bitter or sweet.
This conversation could be bitter.
Okay, what's going on? What's you
I
guys?
don't know nothing sweet. Don't be about.
Oh, what?
Thank you for You'll break it up. You can't hear me?
They tell me that.
Can y'all hear this?
What the hell I need one-on-one counseling for? Who all know this?
You do.
Everlasting. It hurt my feelings. Actually, it hurts.
Because you need therapy.
Yeah. I'm like dead ass serious. Why hurt your feelings? I know how to take care of me. I know how to provide for me. I just can't keep providing for everybody else. It takes a toll on my finances.
You can't hear it?
Especially when I'm not.
Can y'all hear it now?
If I don't get a return, then yeah, I'm bothered, but I'm not bothered where I need counseling. I'm bothered because I need my damn money. I'm trying to set boundaries here. Really trying to set boundaries.
I can hear you, but
I
you
think I
go
need
in and out.
I know I don't have the best delivery, but when I'm pissed off, I'm pissed off. I'm probably sensitive to you.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I'm just passionate when I feel some type of place. I can be honest, as your friend. Sometimes your emotional thermometer is up. I know it's up.
Always.
I couldn't even pass my physical. Blood pressure? Yes. See that when I tell, oh no, I tell people all the time, I be doggone if I'm in the
You
grave.
need counseling,
Y'all
girl.
will live until y'all 70. So listen, you gotta learn how to control those emotions. What does Fletcher think? And he's like, well, see, Linnell, that's the thing. I try and keep it from you because you do blow up. They know how you're gonna react, so they come to me. It's not that they don't want to come to you; they come to me because I'm more calm. Kind of sounds like maybe Fletcher is more good cop and you bad cop. Yep, cop bad cop. That's exactly. Yep, he's good cop always. I'm always bad cop. Always. I think Miss Hill, the just leave me alone is not gonna happen because these are your kids.
Hey, Maria, fine. I think Trisha was on the road.
Where we don't let them.
Hey, Burgundy Ray from Atlanta.
So I say,
I think you're a little.
take one for the team. You probably gonna get in there and love it, and you never know. Hearing you talk about it, even your sons, they be like, you know what, Mama doing it, I'm gonna do it too. You know. In the Black community, therapy has been frowned upon for a long time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just now getting to become like it's okay to do therapy. White people been doing therapy forever. Yep. You know, I'm just being honest. They have, but there's a reason why. They know that there's something there that we didn't know was there. Yeah. Now we're getting to see. Oh, this is why I need a therapist, right? Yeah. Oh, this is why I need a life coach. Oh, you know, because life be life. You know what I'm saying? Hearing my friends share, her opposition when it comes to therapy. I think it's just because of maybe the age where she is. You know, my generation, therapy, we're more open to it, right? And I think it's just kind of generationally a difference and fear of the unknown. I just think it's therapy. I'm just gonna tell you.
She just don't want to find out why she act the way she act.
I sure am. And you know what? I said, hello, God bless him. I'm so great. He's so wrong. That's you, Doc French, throwing the shot already.
Mel so cute how she talks to me by now.
Look, you already damn know. So you don't want to talk to me. You want to talk to your dad. But he ain't gonna say much to you.
Uh-oh.
You don't want to know the good, the bad, the ugly, the wrong, cut.
Like everything I refused, it came true.
What fear?
Of having another man come in and take care of my kids.
I keep my mouth.
Tracy, you know you done.
You don't want to know how to set boundaries between your kids. I usually do and say what I need to say.
Mel seems like the most mature of the cast. She is a real thing. The rest of them just got issues. Mel is right. The older generation never thought about getting therapy.
Or scared.
I think it's all on the table, right?
It should be. Oh, not. It ain't working.
It's on the floor.
I don't feel like you support me.
We both say the same thing. It's just the way you say it.
Exactly.
I say.
You wiggle your way out of it.
I like that refrigerator though. That refrigerator.
Your adult children start doing the most.
Think of the door. Today we have Dr. Francis coming in, see the Fletcher family.
Dr. Francis. Good luck, Dr. Francis. Good luck, baby.
Children.
I'm glad you cleared that out. Those are grandchildren, and you guys have.
Yes, Dr. Ann. So now
I don't
I'm
even care for you.
mentor by me.
All right. Well,
Yes,
Dr.
CC.
Francis, we brought you here because we're trying to sit boundaries. And for me, it's just not seeming to work my way. I think they do better when they hear from someone else. I know my personality is strong. I feel like they're not getting it. They're not listening to me.
And you not listening.
Sometimes I don't think the husband is listening. I sometimes think he take their side. I always find out things last.
Cause you gonna blow up.
But then I'm the one have to solve the problem or help out.
Oh, y'all done.
I used to work through some of those things because of families our families are staples of society. When you have a fractured family, okay, your mom is saying this. I'm saying,
Go drink some water.
are they realistic?
I got a tea with it.
Right. They are.
Ain't done yet.
You want everybody?
Listen. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yes, they are. They're realistic. They don't have nothing out of the ordinary.
Are these mutual boundaries between you and her?
They are.
What's the difference between
Hey, beautiful
your dad
lady. Hey,
listening
Denise. Neil is no
and your
mentor.
mom
She
listening?
too conflicted, and
When there's something that needs to be addressed,
Yes.
my dad is gonna let me finish everything that I'm saying. You know, I'm gonna get it all off my chest right then. A lot of times with my mom, she's listening to rebuttal. It kind of drowns out what I'm saying or what concern it may be that I'm trying to address.
And that interruption does what to you?
It kind of shuts you down in the sense of, okay, what I'm saying, it's not as important as what she has to say. And I'm kind of nervous with it because I don't want to, piss my mom off.
Most of the time I said, and excuse me, Dr. Francis, no disrespect to you. Most of the time I've been told their ass, I told you so. I told you so. Why we even here? Why? If they do what the hell they supposed to do to begin with, they wouldn't have to call. And then I'm the one that go out of my way, whether you call your dad or not. I'm the one who have to make the decision whether or not to help one of you guys in your situation or your financial situation or what have you.
She would interrupt me. I can't get everything out that I want to get out. So what I really want to do is to give you an opportunity to talk with your mom. Both of you talk to each other. Okay.
But Lance got up and moved.
She just doesn't listen. She listens, but again, she listens for.
How did they get this way?
You can flip the switch, and then it's like, well,
So you think I don't get ticked off?
but it's not. But at that point, it's not for you to be ticked off.
Yeah,
You think I'm gonna get ticked off about whatever it is on the other end that you're gonna say or do, especially if it's something I already told you so. If I'm quick to tell you that I told you so, why do it?
Don't question me no more. When I go to dad first, don't question me.
Just keep going to him. What he gonna give you?
He gonna listen.
Okay, well, so then next time he listen to either one of y'all, then see if he can pay all you need help with.
It's darn near pointless if that's what you.
So you don't want to hear the truth.
No,
you
it's
just
not that I don't
want
want to hear the truth.
to hear your dad give you peace. He gonna listen to you, and that's just that's good enough for you.
I'm not saying I don't want to hear the truth. I'm saying I want to be heard first.
I don't tell y'all ask the truth. Usually if I say something to you, it's the truth, right?
Before you finish, Before we finish speaking, though, before
Loud and over talks them, yes.
Because I've been told you already. Something you already damn know. So you don't want to talk to me. You want to talk to your dad because he ain't gonna say much to you. He ain't gonna say much.
If I knew, I wouldn't come to you.
Ooh.
Oh.
Mm.
And so they come to you to escape.
Over talking people. Hush now. Damn.
My wife and I, we have 3 grown children, right? And as grown as my children are, in order for them to feel the way they want to feel and get out what they want to get out, they've got to decide which parent is going to satisfy the need that they have. The good
my
thing is,
iPad.
Mom and I talk.
So
they go to her. She comes and then she tells me.
To Kiki first.
And so it's not necessary then for them to come to me with everything.
So just skip over me because you don't want to hear the good, the bad, the ugly, the wrong cut, unfiltered.
Did you not just hear? Did you not just take the like?
I heard everything.
So, but if you and Dad,
I heard everything he said, Lance. Coming up on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
I got his number. I called him. He telling me to check my bitch. And then he gonna be on the phone telling me that I need to be worried about Zari being his dad.
As much noise
He got the whole thing.
as your mama makes. She is a very delicate person on the inside, making a whole lot of noise to do what? Hide the fact that she is delicate.
Ooh. Tell it, Dr. Frank.
I heard everything that Prince said.
I want that house.
You and Dad,
I heard everything he said, Lance. I heard
again. Shut me down.
I heard everything he said. You go to one parent for one thing, you go to the other parent for another.
And that's just period. That's how her MO.
I'm good.
She was always right and defensive when they tell her what she needs to hear.
Y'all needed to see Dr. Francis, not me. Y'all need to see it. So y'all get to opening y'all's mouth. Y'all needed to see Dr. Francis. So go ahead.
Okay.
Dr. Francis like what?
Do talk. So let's talk about this. So your mom, you ma'am, you have the capacity to listen when you want to.
Yep. I do. Like you're here. No. It's just that usually when y'all come to me, honestly, it's always about a financial situation.
I mean, because of the way the family
by
feels
showing
right
being
now,
nurture. We
they're here because they have feelings. And they're talking about it.
Yeah.
And they want to know that when you go from here to here, they're saying they shut down emotionally. You understand what I'm saying? And when they shut down emotionally, what happens when you shut down emotionally like that?
The communication is just, I don't know, it's kind of dead at that point. Did you hear what you said?
Communication is D-E-A-D.
Yep.
But is it really communication that's dying, or is there something inside you that's dying? Come on.
Yeah, sometimes you are just freaking right. They'll just say no. Yeah, no.
It's tough love. It's just not getting through to me.
Oh, try to tell me? How long I've been trying to tell you? I'm the one been sitting or trying to set the boundaries for this tough love. So I agree with you for once. It's not working.
As much noise as your mama makes, she is a very delicate.
Okay, stop you. I recognize and I see you. And I'm not your mom, but I know I'm not like you're my own. Lance, you get twirled, bro. Before anybody else came along. I hear you. Sometimes I just don't want to hear you.
I understand that now. I understand. So there has picked up resentment for Chris. Yes.
I'm very proud of you. Proud of what you have accomplished with owning your own business. You've been through a lot. And I know this. I'm aware of this. And you're very strong. I'm aware of it.
Wrong.
I'm aware of it.
Wrong. Nail is tied, yeah.
Taylor, think mom don't hear you. Or when you get off the phone silently, never say nothing back. I hear you. And I know I'm a tough person. And mom loves you.
Look at Chris with hair.
I love you.
Oh, look at him.
I'm proud of you. I know you're on your right path to good things. God got you and I got you. But I need you to get back up. I need you to come out of your funk. Your mom will be there for you. And I got you and I'm gonna listen to you.
Oh. Oh.
I love you.
Oh, yeah, I'm about to cry. Woo! Oh.
Now, please continue to fertilize your children with love. It's the only thing that's going to make them grow. Cussing them out, putting them down, is not gonna- I hope that I'm leaving something as individuals grow. Thank you so much.
Oh. Oh. I am a softie. Yeah, I'm about to tears. Oh my God. I love that. That's the realest thing that's on this show. Woo.
So I invited my husband here so we can sit down and talk about a formal divorce. Haven't spoken in so long. He's coming from Atlanta. But for us to sit down and have an adult conversation without shouting and tears, we'll see.
What's going on? It's been a minute. Been a lot of. I feel like we haven't really spoken since like I left the household.
I guess I'm just different because I ain't got
I ain't gonna lie.
kids.
I'll be honest with you. My biggest gripe right now is this situation with Ken. And this is what I feel strongly about. I feel like for me and you, we gonna always be connected, like family over everything, no matter what. I agree. But I really don't have a lot of respect for
Oh,
Ken.
Black Fox, hey.
Why?
He's always been waiting in the wings. He always been waiting.
No, that was Martell, sweetie. You been waiting in the wings, but you don't want
He
him.
always been waiting for his opportunity to talk to
When
you.
I was battling a kid, my sister not wanting to do a heart transplant, I was going through a lot. I mean, come on now. Anybody would go through a lot in 2 years. They're not 6 months apart.
Used to remember
The person that I wanted to
let
be
them
there
make it
was
on their own.
with losing my mom, dad, and sister, he totally ignored everything I was going through. He wasn't home. He was always with friends. He didn't try to be there to console me. He didn't pick up the slack of anything. I still had to make that a day continue and work for the family, even though I didn't even know where I was half the time. It was a lot. And the continuous trauma that we're going through, it was like it just magnified. I was like, okay, I know you see me shifting. I know you see me changing. I know you see me growing, but you didn't do anything.
I wasn't there. That's why I'm doing that stuff.
We outgrew each other. We had
In control, and
different
now it's starting
goals
to
in
be
life
much. Right?
that we didn't never communicate or come together on. It's just things that we couldn't fix.
Now you with Mr. Muscle.
What?
When you fell in love with the gym, you got friends. You on IG putting chocolate emojis on your stuff. I'm like, who is this? Oh, that's my friend. That's my homeboy. You don't have no homeboy. We've been together since we were in high school. How that's possible? We married. You got your number.
This was years after our separation. We were on a cordial level until he saw Ken's face. it sounded like he was trying to make it seem like Ken and I were doing what we weren't supposed to be doing while we were together, and that clearly wasn't the case. Was a motivation when it came to as far as the gym, because he was. We've already been through that over and over again. It's like, okay, now you're trying to make excuses.
Yeah, that situation. I got his number. I called him. He telling me to check him out.
That's what he said.
Absolutely. And then he gonna get
No,
on me
he
telling me that
didn't.
I need to be worried about Zari being his dad.
What?
He said that. So out of anger, don't mean that ain't true. Guess what happened? My daughter stopped talking.
But that's not what she had a one-on-one with her
Okay.
daughter.
Well, I
And
need
you
to.
asked her why she was talking or why.
I knew he was a bum. If I heard Tristan speaking on the husband, oh, I'm going to have to watch before bed.
I ain't seen you in a while. I heard you got the wrong drugs. I'm like, you know, she's like, oh, we got Zaria on camera talking about that. How much? How she? But it has to have something.
He is there all the time.
But we're still married though.
We sound retarded.
That's what we have to talk. That's just a paper that needs to be filed.
Well, you shouldn't have not jail for another day.
Everything I ever feared came true.
What fear?
He just playing. He just talking. This dude trying to gaslight. Sit your ugly ass
Like I said, I
down.
don't know this man.
You don't know yourself.
I already don't deal with it. And then now he's living in the household.
Cause there he is.
I don't feel like I'm gonna move forward until we have and I mean a regard.
Okay.
None of that. And I ain't talking about no animosity, no extra rubber. I'm talking about a real man to man.
You ain't a man, little boy.
What I want to say, without taking the emotion and you know the testosterone and the masculinity. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you want to take that masculinity out of it, child.
Have a hard time making you know him being the big muscle guy and me being myself. Like we still been
Biggest teddy bear ever.
yeah.
Until you push him, but that's like anybody else.
He said
That's anybody.
she left her and saying they still married.
It does take a lot to push him.
Moving forward, like I said, at the end of the day, it's really just about how to co-parent.
Yes.
How do I
Yeah, we can get better at it.
hostility I have towards him? Because at the end of the day, I don't want to towards him because I'm getting for her. So
Hey, Taryn. Hey, Aria Aquarius.
so let's get
Her husband.
I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna go to the courthouse while I'm here in town. I think it's like going half on it.
Yeah. Marquez has the nerve to ask me, am I going to pay for half of the filing fee? I'm like, dude, all right, now you're starting to piss me off. It was going smooth. Now you're starting to piss me off.
You ain't got no money.
Fine. Can I pay for it?
Oh, she said, can I pay for
So
it?
I appreciate you. See you later.
Next, on Love and Marriage Huntsville. So you know Marcel came to the other warehouse and we kind of started talking about Chris, and he ended up telling me that she'd been over his house a few times. What'd you do?
You know the four of us, man. Chris, Sonny, Moses, Chris Ball, Moses, Sonny, the career by the house. I look at things, you know, it's this.
And check on friends. Marcel told me that you've been at his house. Me? When? I don't know. Well, he did invite me. No, I did not make it to his house. Why is he talking about something that never happened? So he asked Marcel about it. Like, he didn't know me. He said, she been at my house.
Yes. God, Woo, I'll review it tomorrow, Jack. It's too much. Too much. Okay. Woo, Jack. Woo. I can't hear it that good. Oh, I done turned it off now, child. Uh-uh. That's why I said maybe. Okay, so what happened? Hey, Trisha husband seems jealous. He's very jealous of Ken, Shaquanda Lee. He's very childish. He is very out in them streets, and he wants to gaslight, and he don't even know how to gaslight. You done left your whole family, went to Atlanta, ain't call, don't do nothing but call your kids, and you get mad when another man step in and do your play. Marceau ain't the one to tell him. Come, Marceau don't do it. But Marceau told him right. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I cannot say Marceau didn't do right by saying him. But it just came from the wrong one because he don't even know where his kids at half the time. I'm just saying. Trisha husband seems jealous. He's very jealous. Good evening, one in a million. Um, Ooh, child, when we get grown, we left our parents' house, made it on our own. We helped our parents. Our parents helped us, right? I think Nell really wanted to be that parent to help. And when she got successful, she wanted to make sure her kids were good. But guess what? At a time, and I'm learning this as a mother, you got to step out on your own and you got to make your own ish happen. Okay. Because one thing for sure and two things for shaking, you ain't gonna break my pockets, have me homeless while you out here getting up and going on and partying. Oh no, no, no. Hey, Pastor, he set this up, likely running a play to trigger dog whistle oh yeah, Trump did set this up. I don't care what nobody say. This was a setup. This was a setup. Only one donation, and it's 280 people in here. Oh well, yeah, but it is what it is. Hey, Bama girl. So y'all, we're gonna talk about when the spinoff. Yeah, the Fletchers. I think they're getting a. I think they're gonna have a spinoff. But that was touching. That was the most realest thing that was on this show tonight. I'm sorry, it was the realest thing that was on the show. It really was. That was touching to me. It really was. Because I know Nell loves her family, but Nell is fed up. But Nell got to learn to say no. Um, oh yeah, that was a lot. Wrong messenger. He don't take his son to the barber shop and giving him peanut butter. Child almost killed his own son. Didn't even know he had an allergy to peanut butter. Miss Keita Johnson. Children need money. Patricia is not going to stay with Ken either. She's not attracted to him. She's not. She's only with Ken because Ken paid the bills. And she said, don't worry, Ken will pay for it. That's the only reason. She's not with him because she loves him. I don't see a bit of love in that girl's face. Really, I don't see nothing but a flat effect. I see nothing but flatness. When she talks, she's like, and you know, I think I can make that happen. Now you're pissing me off. Like, she has flat effect. She has no effect. Something is off. I don't know what it is, but something is off. Okay, Dr. Ann, it is. Look how she talks. She's talking to her. Well, you let the family. You. What you expect her to do? He take care of her. You left her. All I need is the papers to be done right now, and I'm gonna make it happen. Oh yeah, I go $200 with you. Can to pay for it. That's how she look. Straight. I mean, sounding like Shamar, looking like Shamar. Patricia is like she got it in her. And I mean, I don't know what you want me to do. You went to Atlanta. Yeah, you went to Atlanta. I ain't do this. You did that. Yeah, what you expect her to do? You think she do that when my mom and daddy passed and my sister passed? You was not emotionally there for me. She opened that mouth talking to Martell. She sure did. She's like, Martell didn't lie. He act like he didn't know me. Um, so Trisha is a weirdo. She's very weird. Something is she's flat. Her whole face is flat. She only gets animated with Martell. Yeah. Hey, Don Penny. She gets yeah, baby. She gets real. Hey, Pinky. Hello. So you guys, what I was telling you guys today, um, let me tell y'all something about this thing that's going on with Wanda and on the other channel. Be very clear. Before before the show was even, thank you, Keisha, for your cash app, for your cash app, for your cash app. Before Mel, listen, before the show even started, Kiki and Mel were friends. Okay? I know y'all know this. Kiki dad is Wanda's brother. And at the time when Connie got pregnant by him, Connie lived up here and they lived down here. And you know how some affluent black men and women, mothers, don't like their daughters or their son to mess with somebody who is here, even though they might be smart, they might be intelligent, they don't want that. Now their affluent daughter, Connie, got pregnant by the over the track guy, and it was embarrassing. Okay. And that's why Wanda is pissed. It's not even about Kiki. It's a simple fact that how her family looked down on them. How her family looked down on him. Y'all hear me? I want y'all to hear me. Y'all hear me? I couldn't either, Bama. She shows no emotion now. Hey, Vash. Yep, my parents were like that. Okay, my parents were. Don't you be over there? I don't know what them people be doing. And this and that and this. Marcel keeps reminding Tisha about coming from across the tracks. Yes, and they was across the tracks, down across the tracks in the mud hole behind the mountain, up on the side of the hill, and that's where they live. Yes, you can hear. I can hear. Okay, all right. So keep that in mind as I'm talking. Okay, this is the fight between Connie and Wanda, and the two girls got in the middle. One cousin, Kiki, wanted to meet her other cousins on her dad's side. She wanted a relationship. Her mama allowed that. She became close to her dad. She became close to Tisha. But in Tisha mind, when Connie came down and let Kiki come down to meet her dad's side of the family, let me tell you, Wanda had already put in Tisha's head. This girl thinks she better than you. The mama and granddaddy think they better than you. And she was supposed to have an AB of her. And she was this. She ain't no better than nobody. Who they think they is. And this and that. They never were accepting of Kiki. Only her dad. But Wanda, Tisha, and the rest of that family, they didn't accept Kiki because of Wanda's mouth. Since you're welcome, it wasn't much was off this week. AC went out yesterday, so I have to buy. They ain't went to AC until they come replace the central area unit. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you though, Keisha. It's okay. Um, so she got conditioned when she see her cousin, the purple princess. This is how Tisha, look at her. Look at her. She thinks she all that. Straight A's in school, college. Tisha graduates. She and Kiki get along, but they only get along because Tisha needs something from her. That's to get in school. Kiki wanted nothing but a friendship and a sistership and a cousinship with her. But Tisha did not. Tisha just needed her to get where she needed to be. And so they go off to school. They're sweet mates. Y'all think I'm kidding? I'm not. They're sweet mates. Mel and Kiki were already friends. Okay. Now listen to this. Right here. This is how Tisha is with everybody. Listen.
Everybody's like, oh, well, Tisha, you're wrong too. No, that they're wrong. And I need people that love me to defend me. And I expect the same loyalty from you as well.
It sounds like you're only seeing it from your point.
Whatever.
Right? Yep, you hit that right, Sassy. That's the truth, bet. That's why she always talking about the phony degree. Kiki said Tisha never had a boyfriend until Marceau. Yep. And Kiki even said she was happy for Tisha and Marceau because, you know, she really loved Marceau like a brother in the beginning. No, it's not y'all. Red Brown, you have to go out and come back in. Yes, like Tisha is very insecure and a spoiled brat. It's annoying. That's the real Tisha. Yes, Dawn Penny. Basically, Wanda and her family were in a lower class than Kiki mother's family. Yep. And Wanda has held that over Kiki and Connie's head. Listen, y'all. Listen to me. Wanda has been trying to prove that Connie is the worst mother since Kiki came into their life. Connie up here living her best life. She can care less about Wanda. But because her daughter is related to them, she has to deal with Wanda's mouth. Okay? Tisha had a speech impediment. Tisha was picked on as a child. Kiki was loved by her whole entire family. Everything that Tisha wanted was in Kiki's family. And everything that Wonder Woman wanted was in Connie. She wanted to be the mother Connie was. She wanted to have the status Connie had. And that's been envious ever since those two have been together. And listen now. Listen. Uh-oh. Listen, y'all. They always wanted them to fall. When Kiki got on them rugs, Tisha was happy. Oh, Miss Princess, she ain't no princess now. Oh, look at the family favorite, the smarty. Oh, she's on them rugs. Yeah, she on them rugs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Y'all thought y'all had a perfect little angel. She ain't perfect. She ain't perfect. What?
We have to go to break. Kiki, know this.
Just a friendly reminder, please twist your cuss words. Thank you. This dude be lying. The whole thing was a lie. So let me tell y'all. They planted this story about Bugs. Bugs, in my opinion, allegedly, was promised a spot at beside Black for his barbershop. Okay? In exchange for conversations that was happening with Marceau. And they were recording these conversations and they wanted to give it to a certain blogger because that blogger was very projective out with people, and at that time people were like really coming to him because they thought he really had some insight, which he did, and it was Kiki. Okay, y'all get me? So first they didn't like Kiki's first they went for Kiki's makeup artist. She didn't take the bait. Then they went to Kimmy's makeup artist, who is friends with Stormy. Stormy was talking about it with Kimmy's makeup artist, and then Stormy told Kiki. Then, out of the blue, Kiki and Tatisha had a conversation about what do you know about these rumors that's going around about Marcel? And she was like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Which, in the fact, Kiki didn't know at the time. But it was all a game to get Kiki and her makeup artist fired. Okay. So all this stuff comes out, the recordings comes out, and guess who did it? They go back to production. They give it to production, and then Kiki failed. That's when I told Kiki, do not fall for the bait. That's a whole lie. Because after I started hearing those recordings, I started, putting things together. Like, that don't even make sense. It sounds like a whole bunch of made up bullshit. They knew what they were doing. They wanted Kiki off that show. Okay? They wanted her off that show to the point they made up a whole lie so she could spread a lie, which she didn't even spread. I told you. Yeah, I said this 5 months ago. I did. Not only did they make up the lie, Tisha came to her cousin, asked her. Now, I don't know if Stormy was involved. I know Stormy told Kiki. Now, I don't know if she didn't tell Kiki. I don't know if because Stormy and Tisha wasn't hitting it right then. So I don't know if they were just her and Kiki was talking and Stormy told her. And then Kiki was like, wait. Then next thing you know, here come Tisha calling Kiki, talking about, yeah, there's some rumors out there. Have you heard about them? And then they said no. And then her makeup artist, she said, well, your makeup artist is the one spreading it. So Kiki went and asked her makeup artist. She was like, no, but I know who's spreading it. So that's when Kiki goes in and tries to clear her makeup artist's name from them saying that she started this rumor when it was always started by Marcel, Tisha, and other bloggers. They started this rumor. Buzz started this rumor to have a contract to do his barbershop. Now, how I know? Well, I'll let y'all listen for yourself. Okay? I'll let y'all listen. Let's see. Is this it?
Melody and I were friends.
Okay.
Melody, there's a huge misconception in the English department. And we were both speakers at that event.
We're going to take a break.
At that time too. So after that event, we just kind of stayed and talked for a while because we were both frustrated with what was going on with
and this was not on the show. Okay.
No, that wasn't on the show. And so that's the first time we actually talked about it. Okay. Because I wanted to ask her about it, but I just couldn't. Okay. I couldn't. That was the first time I actually had the courage to ask her about it. Because I'd grown older, so I started becoming.
Y'all, that's the wrong one. Hold on. This is
It's turning me into an addict. I had never done any drugs ever.
Yeah.
So for this to be happening, I'm like, I just think that I need this medicine, but I'm it's not registering that this medicine really is a drug.
And this is something I can't stop on my own.
I
need help.
Right.
Okay. So a few tries, it takes a while. Do you feel like Letitia and Marceau and their family were supportive of you in that time period?
You know what? At first, I felt that because, like I said, she was the first person I opened up to, and it was a couple of years before I actually went to rehab. And when I went to rehab, she was one of the people who she knew, in my immediate family and my best friends, they all knew, but nobody else. But then when I got out of rehab, I was functioning when I was taking pills. So I was still working every day. I was a mom. I was a wife. People didn't really know. They just knew it was something that just wouldn't.
Something's not quite right.
Something's not quite right with me because I've always been very sharp, very astute, very, just on my game. So it kind of threw me off my game a little bit, and I thought that I was just operating normally. But people who know you can tell the difference.
Right.
So I thought that, we were here, And then when I leave and I return to work, and you know, I tell you, I'm working with that best friend me and Melody have in common. And you know, one day, this was a couple of years after I got out of rehab. She didn't tell me right away, but it was a couple of years later. She was like, "Well, Tisha, you know, and Marcel are saying things to them that's making them look at you a different way." And I'm like what? And she told me what. And I was floored. I was extremely hurt. I was extremely angry because at that time that was really sensitive for me.
So
they
had shared with people that you were struggling with that addiction.
And I didn't like that.
No,
you know, I felt like they should. I never shared her secrets with anyone ever.
And so before we go to break, I just want to make sure that we do acknowledge that she had told you secrets as well.
Wait, she had told my
no. You had confided in her, and she had confided in you.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys had that kind of relationship.
We were best friends for years. Although we had a lot of conflict, we still loved each other hard,
family.
and we were best friends. So I knew all of her dirt. She knew all of mine.
Okay.
You know, but when you start telling my dirt, and I'm holding on to yours, it gets to be a little bit different, especially if you're telling it to make people view me a certain way.
Right. Well, especially if you're telling it, and I don't know that you're telling my business. Okay. Well, we're gonna take a break.
I'm clean. You know, it's actually the beginning of sobriety for me.
Right.
You know, and I hear that right before I come to celebrate Christmas, because it was at Melody's. So I hear right before I come to celebrate Christmas with them, they are discussing me and my personal business and laughing about it. So my thing was, if she didn't think about family then, why am I thinking of, she discussed it with her first.
Facts.
So why am I thinking about family when I'm discussing what you told her about me?
That makes sense.
No, I wanted confirmation. I wanted details. I wanted to know how what was said, and you know, in what manner, and who was there, who heard it, how long before I came. I wanted details.
Yeah, because I was hurt. Because you were hurt. That makes sense.
Telling your dirt and making people not like her, so childish, so no one will focus on their lack of. Whoo, child. This was a setup from the get up, okay? Tisha don't know what loyalty looked like because she came to her in confidence. She should have to kept that between her and Kiki. Not even more so. Kiki needed her support. She didn't like Kiki. This was the first time she finally had something on Kiki that nobody knew but her. And she finally looked at Kiki as, finally, you ain't no better than me. That's why she had the one up. That's why she was laughing. She was tickled pink that Kiki finally wasn't a princess, that she could do wrong. Right? So, Tisha comes to Kiki about this bug situation. Kiki goes to Bugs and asks him what is going on. He changes his story several times. At this point, Kiki is like, you know what? I don't believe this dude. So she calls. Y'all remember, Kiki called Tisha. And Kiki said, Tisha, can you come to the house? I need to talk to you about something. What Kiki was going to talk to her about was that she didn't believe Bugs because his story had changed. So Kiki called. Tisha never showed up. But when she did see Kiki, she said, what's it? No. What she did do was call a couple of days later and said, what's this about you going around saying that you trying to break up my marriage? She had no plans on calling. She was glad that she talked to Bugs. Now Tisha flips. Now it's the gaslighting time. You started this. You did this. You did this. And then that's when the dragging began. Okay? That's when the dragging began. Oh, uh, we didn't tell Mel that. That's a lie. But guess what? You did tell Mel. Oh, I knew Mel way before you. Mm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Melody and I were friends.
Okay.
You know, Melody, there's a huge misconception that I went onto the show with Melody to spite my cousin. That's not true.
Okay.
Melody and I actually met before she even knew Tisha.
Oh,
We
wow.
met years and years ago because we were the same undergraduate major.
Okay. Okay.
And shoot, I'm sorry, he
You
messed
good?
me up. I'm sorry, y'all. My son just came in. We were the Melody and I were the same undergraduate major in
college.
In college, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Okay.
It was her undergraduate major, my master's major
Okay.
in college. So while I was getting my master's in English education, she was also getting her undergrad degree.
Okay.
In that. So that's how we became familiar with one another.
Okay.
And we share a common best friend.
Okay.
One of my previous colleagues, who was an English professor with me,
Okay.
is also best friends with Melody.
Okay.
So that's how she and I know each other. We've known each other since about 2007.
Okay.
So it's been over 10 years at this point.
Okay.
A lot of people, have misconceptions about that because they look at it as, well, Tisha and Melody are friends, and Melody didn't know Kiki. She just came and got Kiki to pull her onto the show against her cousin. It was not like that at all.
Okay.
There had been talks about me coming onto the show even from the first season.
Okay.
But
with Melody, or because obviously you knew Tisha from way longer than Melody.
Yes.
Okay.
But it was with Melody the
Okay.
first season because there were I declined because there were some things going on with me and my cousin. I didn't want to come on TV making it look like we were against each other.
Okay.
So I said, no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until I think, there's a better chemistry between Melody and Tisha. Because I don't want to be caught up in the middle.
Okay. Now, it's not a curse word. They were educator friends. They knew of each other. Just call me to who they knew each other because they went to each other's houses. They used to hang out. Kiki was always at filmings, always at events. She was at the Mimosas for Mel. They were friends. They wouldn't knew it wasn't just each other. They knew they were friends. I'm just saying they were friends, and I can that is proven. One of her daughter Letitia is just jealous being it shows all over them. It's ridiculous that grown ass people on and off social media is listening and believing those nasty, ugly lies they tell. They believe them because they got the same mindset. And they got the same mindset. Jealousy is ugly and a sin, and it will kill you inside out. Tequila, I feel so sad thinking about that and looking at her now. We know that, but you two don't see it that way, Sassy K. Mel confirmed that they told her at her house. Yes, Mel told her. They were at her house. They wanted her. They called her a thief. And you know why they told her? Because Tisha had just had her last baby. Tisha was on Percocet. Kiki came over and stole some Percocet from Tisha. Tisha found out. That's when Kiki said, she finally came out and told her she had a problem with pills. Tisha and Kiki went to a place to get information about her addiction. And then after that, it was a couple of years later, the show was coming up and they were having Christmas dinner, but they were all going to talk about the show. And that's when Tisha and Marceau went and did it. A 2-cent criminal. Sassy, sure, anyone who gave money to the bloggers fundraiser for the Barbara raised questions is given a false pretense to raise money. Criminal. I don't believe that money went to him. Thank you, Sassy. Damn is not a cuss word. Tisha need to get some help quick in a hurry. Child, let me tell you. Um, all this was a plan when Kiki came on. They had a plan. Production had a plan. When they went to Houston, he said, um, he said, the blogger person said that Stormy left. Stormy left the house, but Stormy had a room for her and her husband and her son. She never left Houston. She never left Kiki. Okay, that's a whole lie. Kiki had got into it with Tisha now and Marceau. And when Mel went to the door, she said, I don't think maybe y'all need to, you don't need to come in right now because it was flaring. People were they were ready to fight. Y'all remember when they said the police was called? Allegedly that was for that. And yes, Kiki was pissed off. She was mad. She was sitting at the bar. She was mad. Okay. What else? They trying to make all these people look good. But all these people were the one that came up with this whole scheme about Buzz. Not Kiki, not Melody. So why are they on here? Because they know they lined their ass off. And they know they were the one that started all this shit. They started every bit of this shit. And then they want to blame it on Mel. Nobody said nothing. Mel don't know nothing about no Buzz. Who knew about Buzz? Mel didn't know. Mm-mm. Just like they sat there and planted those things in the in the Yelp for Black. Y'all did that. Y'all don't care what kind of attention you get, whether it's positive or negative. They don't give a damn. But what they did not want is Kiki on that show telling her business, telling Tisha's business. And the sad thing about you, Tisha, you low down, dirty hell for you. That girl took your secrets to the grave. And what you do? What did you say? Who did you plunk down?
Everybody's like, oh, Letitia, you're wrong too. No, that they're wrong. And I need people that love me to defend me. And I expect the same loyalty from you as well.
It sounds like you're only seeing it from your point.
Whatever.
When Tisha said, okay, she's on the show. When her and Wanda and all them went to Kiki and said, look, we don't need you to be on our side to take down Mel. When she told them no, that's when they devised that plan. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. No, I'm not. I'm not. It's Mel's fault, of course. All of them frauds. Yes, that's I was having a discussion with Jay Corner, and she swore Tisha brought Kiki in to go after Kimmy on the episode when Marceau threw Tisha a graduation party. She did. She did. That right there, what she told Kimmy, because Kimmy was telling her mama, you don't, I'm not going for you when you're right or when you're wrong. I don't care. Kimmy and Tisha was fighting at one point, but she didn't bring her on for her to fight. What she did was she manipulated Kiki and said, look, we're just not getting along. Kimmy said this about you. Kimmy said that about you. And then her and Kimmy had a talk. See, Tisha been manipulating Kiki the entire time on this show. And Kimmy fell for it. She punked Kimmy down. And so many words what she's saying. What I did to her, I do to you. Now, who got the dark soul? Who is hollow? Who don't have a soul? Who walking around in the shell? That's true. Says the people has the same the mindset. So sad, yes. Stephanie Crown, the screen with Tisha and Kimmy says a lot, says it all. When She approached Kiki and said, "Hey, we cousin, we family. You should go with me. You should be with me to bring Mel down." And Kiki at the time was like, "Nah, Mel, my friend. I'm not doing that." That's when the plots began. She started plotting. Oh, let me be nice to my friend so I can tell her what Kimmy said. And I'm gonna be nice to my cousin. And then that way her and Kimmy can go at it. And while they going at it, guess who in the back there? The dark soul, dark winged duck. That ain't Kiki wasn't a dark winged duck, honey. That was Tisha back there looking at him laughing. Yeah, get a cub, get a cub. Mm. Hey, Vivian Allen, I can't get with the Beverly Hillbillies and Kimmy. Lord, her standards just to be a Scot. Ugh. That's where the lack of common sense comes in, right, Nikila Prue? Um, Yeah, she sure did. Never told the public anything. I am sure she knew quite a bit. Kiki was loyal throughout their disagreements and separation. Tisha was not. Shaking my head. Tisha told everything because she just knew Kiki was going to tell all their business. Let me find the one. I think this is it. When she said, hold on, is this the one with? I think this is too, yeah, it's too long. Um, hold on, y'all. Hold on. And then I'm after I do this one, I'm gonna let and then we'll go. But I want y'all to hear this. Um, because this right here gonna tell it all. Because that one right there is too long. So
Boost your revenue and drive growth with Google Ads. Reach high-value customers across.
But that's not confrontational. What had happened? Because obviously there's things that have happened off camera. What got you to the place that you would lash out like that at Tisha?
Number one, it's a buildup from things over the years. I told you she'll confront me about every little thing. Well, I let so much go with her, because number one, I'm not a crybaby like that, I just rather let it go to avoid the drama. So I think those things, and that's not necessarily healthy because I think those things had built up in me. And two, she had blamed me for the situation that was going on, the rumor that was going around. And that's why she ignored me. And I'm more enraged by that. Okay, so now we at the cookout. Tisha knows Kiki don't like to be ignored. But that hollow soul, when Kiki and Amin come in, that Kiki, Amin walks up. Tisha, hey, Amin, hi, hugging him. Kiki came over. Hey, Tisha, she ducked her, passive aggressive, did that. She aggressively did it, passively, to make Kiki mad because she know Kiki can't stand to be ignored that way. So I feel no ways tired about her getting slammed in the face with a cup of water. Hell, she needed it. Okay?
Than anything. So the rumor that was going around that her husband had another rumor. There's been a few rumors like that. Yeah. But this is alleged. We don't know. But the rumor that was going around now, there was a lot bleaked out. But it sounded like you had information or someone else was talking, right? And you would talk to someone else. So you were saying the rumor didn't come from you. You were trying to find out from her.
This is the thing. Tisha approached me with this rumor.
Okay.
She approached me and she was like, hey, this rumor is going around and I hear it's coming from your people. And I'm like, my people?
So let me just for the audience, the rumor was going around that Marceau had a threesome.
He had an affair, with her makeup artist.
With her makeup artist.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's several alleged rumors, I guess.
Yeah.
I've heard a rumor of a threesome.
Mhm.
Now a rumor with a makeup artist.
And that's the threesome is supposedly
with the makeup
artist.
And she thought you were responsible
She
for
did it
starting
on
the rumor
purpose.
or spreading the rumor.
Well, no, I don't think she thought I was responsible for starting the rumor because she came to me with the rumor.
She came to you. See, Kiki's still oblivious. Kiki at this point don't even realize what's going on. She still don't. She, bless her heart, rest in peace, Kiki. Till she went to her grave, she still didn't realize what was going on. To the end. She still didn't get it, y'all. But we get it. She came to her with that rumor because they had met, they had plotted, and they set this in motion. They sent recordings to. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they did that. They knew exactly who to send the recordings to. They knew it all. They did that. Oh, yeah. They set Kiki up. I told y'all. See, I told y'all. I told y'all from day one. I told y'all. They set Kiki up and she still didn't get it. She still didn't see it. But they set her up through her makeup artist. They did not like her makeup artist. I heard because she was pretty and Marceau always was looking at her. Now, that's what I heard. Okay. And Tisha didn't like her. Okay. That's what I heard. So this whole divisive plan came up with Tisha, Marceau, the blogger, all them had sat around and recorded stuff, calling each other on the phone and all this stuff, pretending like it's a big old, it was some things going on and it wasn't nothing going on. They took all this to production. Production pushed all this. So all y'all who made up that damn lie is the one that's guilty as hell and out here trying to make Mel look bad when y'all asses was the one that did it. So, baby, the truth always stands. Thank you, CC, for your super sticker. The fact that the blogger got up and said he and Kiki were true friends where a true friend would take conversations, then put the stuff out there to make her look bad. Well, it was taped, but it was sent to him. It was all a plan to get every bit of information they could. They wanted her to tell the scenes. They wanted her to do that so she can get in trouble, so she could get fired. And guess what? He wouldn't got fired. He gained all kind of followers and stuff. He got perks from it. He got he got chocolate in the bottle promotions. He got teeth fixed. I'm just saying.
When she came to me with it, she told me that my makeup artist was responsible for starting. And I said, you know, no, it was a different. Yeah. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? Let me talk to her. Let me get to the bottom of it, and I'm gonna get back with you, and I'll let you know what comes of it. Okay. You know.
Now, is this the young lady that was on the video?
Yes.
The video with your Bree.
With
the video with
Bree.
Okay, Bree. So that was, she said that she heard Bree started the rumor.
Yes.
Which would connect it to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And so I'm like, let's dispel this right away. Let's put this to rest because we just got back in a good place. I don't want anybody thinking anything like that is coming from my people. So
it wasn't. It was coming from
the bottom of this and put this fire out. I don't even want it to grow. Okay. You know, that was my intention.
Now, when you came to the barbecue, you seemed upset already. Did you?
No, I was not upset.
So I guess I'm asking that because why would you have the conversation with Stormy in front of the camera?
Listen.
You know that's going to be embarrassing. I know her and Marcel don't want that information probably out to us. They're probably trying to get rid of it without sharing it in front of the camera. So why did you decide to confront her right there at the barbecue?
Because they had started blaming me. And don't go around blaming me for things that are not my fault. You know, that's why
she didn't speak, because she had started believing and telling people that I was responsible for.
Remember, Stormy said, y'all good? Y'all good? Y'all good? She already knew because they talk.
Spreading this rumor. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got, at that time, before she started blaming me, I had not spoken with anybody besides my makeup artist and the barber guy, you know, about the allegations. Nobody else.
Come from? Do you know where
it came from? Him.
The barber guy.
My makeup artist.
She is still oblivious. It didn't come from him. It came from Tisha and them. They made it up. She's still oblivious. She still thinks it's him, and it never came from him. They made it up. He was in on it, so he can get his barbershop. And then when everything fell through and Kiki didn't get fired, they reneged. They reneged on him. Okay? That's right, Stormy. I already knew. Yes. Yep. You reap what you sow. Right. She's still oblivious. She didn't know. She didn't know this right here. But they knew. They knew exactly what the hell they were doing. They knew.
When I confronted her, she was like, look, tonight I'm gonna call you and I'll tell you where this comes from. Okay. I know this guy, but this is not my rumor. I don't have nothing to do with this. So she called me later on that night and on the phone with this guy.
He says he did not start the rumor.
He didn't.
That didn't come from him.
He didn't.
Okay, but he's on video saying it.
Okay. So
see, you see, he didn't start the rumor. It was always a plan. That's why he kept changing his mind, because he was like, nah, man, I ain't doing this shit. I ain't doing this. Y'all, nah. That's why he kept saying, nah, man. He couldn't get the story right. He was lying. And every time, I'm going to release this recording, because they sat there in Marcel's office. Y'all remember he kept saying, yeah, Tisha didn't want this recording, because they was in the office making that up. And that boy couldn't even remember the lines.
Marketing leads shouldn't lead to a dead end.
So your makeup artist heard it
And
brought it to you.
And that's another thing. They had gone to production with it. You can't go to production with this if you don't want it shown. Right. Production, they knew about it. So they were, my makeup artist was like, they trying to get me fired because they saying that I'm responsible for starting this rumor. That's another reason why I wanted to see what was going on, because I didn't know. I had no idea what was going on. Okay. You know, so when I when she called me that night on three-way with this guy, I talked to him and I'm like, look, I don't want to, you know, I'm not hitting you up for information to try to, you know, blackmail anybody or hurt anybody. I just want to know what's going on so that I can clear my makeup artist name.
You remember, because she kept saying, so is it really something going on? You remember on the recording, she kept saying, all I want to do is clear our name, clear her name, because they're trying to blame her. Y'all remember that? You remember her saying that? I remember her saying it plain as day. Matter of fact, do I have the recording?
And we don't have anything to do with this. I don't want to be involved. And he starts telling us everything that's going on. And, you know, he is the one who tells us that there was a threesome. You know, he divulges all this.
It was a lie.
The names and everything else to go along with it. I wouldn't know any of these names. Otherwise, I wouldn't know anything about the threesome. Otherwise, you know, if I wanted to just make that up, I could have been making that up. This came from him, you know. So the next day, after I talked to him, I called Tisha the very next morning. And I said,
remember?
You know, we were both busy that day. I said, what are you doing tomorrow? She said, I have nothing to do tomorrow. Completely free. I said, I want you to come by. I want to talk to you about something. And she was like, okay, you know, I'll come by, blah, blah, blah.
This is when she called Tisha. You remember she told Mel? She said, yeah, I called Tisha. I want her to tell her about this threesome thing that I didn't believe. Y'all remember her and Mel was sitting at the table outside, and she was like, I called Tisha and I told Tisha I wanted to talk to her about this bug thing because I didn't believe it because the guy was, saying they had a threesome and none of it's making sense, and she never called Kiki back. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember?
And we hung up, and the next day she just didn't show. So I didn't know what that was about. But I texted her like, hey, maybe you were busy. You could have hit me up or something, let me know. But I think maybe somebody had gotten to her beforehand.
And nobody got to her beforehand. Tisha used this opportunity. Good. It's with her. They know now. Now, Tisha finna flip the script. Watch how it works. Y'all, the truth always makes sense, baby. Tisha finna flip the script on her and gaslight the hell out of Kiki. Watch this.
And so then a couple of weeks later, she calls me and she's like, hey, why are you calling around asking people about me and Marcel's marriage? So I'm taking it back. I'm like, because I know I have not done it.
Boo, y'all. Gaslighting. Woo, child. Yes. Oh, Tisha, you did that, girl. Oh, yeah. You did that. That's why y'all ass burning. Y'all can't sleep. Y'all can't eat. Y'all can't do nothing. Because she gonna pinch every one of y'all nipples when y'all go to sleep at night. I hope Kiki hunt the hell out of y'all. Y'all some no good, dirty, no good son of guns. Oh, and they're out here trying to prove, talking about Mel did this all y'all. Y'all made this shit up. And then y'all try to get this girl fired, and then it backfired. Thank God for interviews. Thank God for my what I keep. Okay?
Of course I had this conversation with this guy about what had been brought to me. But I'm not just calling people like, hey, what you know about Marcel?
Nah, she didn't call.
Any dirt? Nothing like that. Okay. So I'm like, the way she come at me, number one, I'm like, girl, what?
The nipples.
So I was defensive. And I was like, number one, she was like, why wouldn't you, if you had this conversation with him, why wouldn't you call me and tell me? I said, well, I called you the very next morning. And I asked you to come over because I wanted to tell her face to face. Right. I wanted to tell her face to face. I wanted to let her listen to some things, some recordings, because honestly, I didn't believe this guy. Okay. He sounded like he was lying to me because he flip-flopped several times on the.
Grab some Little Bites muffins and get ready for Camp Little Bites, the virtual summer camp where kids learn to make.
Oh, okay. He said it then. He was like, never mind, I just made it all up.
You sure did.
And so my makeup artist is like, well, are you saying this because because we learned that he has a contract with Marceau and they're building his barbershop?
At the time, but
So
no
my
matter how
makeup artist
Tisha is, I wish she had recorded her
and I'm thinking this guy full of
it. Asking her to
and
look
that's what I'm
into
gonna
it.
report back to her the next day. Like, look, y'all need to start working with this dude. This is what he's saying. This is what this rumor is
She
coming from.
still ain't get it.
I believe he's a liar.
She figured it out, but she don't realize who it
That's all
is.
I wanted to tell her. And she started going around telling people that I'm responsible. This guy called her and let her listen to a part of the
They got you, girl.
recorded it, where he's saying
He recorded Kiki and let Tisha listen to it. And they played that, and that's how they got Kiki involved in there. Them some low down dirty. Ooh, ain't they nasty? I tried to tell Kiki, Lord Kiki, I tried to tell you, subs. I tried to tell you they were playing you like a fiddle on the roof. I got so mad at Kiki because she fell for it. She wasn't listening to nobody because she thought she had a friend in these devils. But God stand on truth. This is the truth. Look at it. This makes sense. What they doing ain't making sense. What they doing is guilt. What they doing, they know they did this shit. What they doing, they went to a funeral, FaceTiming at the funeral so somebody can look at the funeral. No good gutter sniper asses.
no, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. What he said, because I told you he flip-flopped. So to make her think that I'm calling, just trying to force him to say something. Yeah, to say something that was
gaslighting.
Everybody is recording, call.
Yeah.
And this is all very just it's a little confusing because his
No, it ain't
story is
confusing.
different than your story. Of course. But from your perspective, your cousin, that's obviously a very hurtful situation.
Absolutely.
So you hear that she's blaming you for this.
Yeah.
So then you come to the picnic. And what is your intention when you first come? Because you try to speak to her.
Yeah.
She doesn't speak. She keeps playing cards. And then you seem to get really upset at the fact that
Well, she got up and kind of, when I went to hug her, she got up and
went to see Maurice.
Yeah.
and I thought, and then right before that, or right after that one, she spoke to my husband, all nice and sweet. I felt very disrespected.
Okay.
And one thing, I just don't tolerate disrespect, Will. I don't. And
Me
she
either,
knows
child.
that also.
She would have got the whole table thrown at her if it was
To
me.
some people, like I
I
said,
ain't gonna sit here and lie. I would have did a Medea on that ass. I would have flipped the table. The grill would have been flipped. Her ass would have been flipped. I'm just saying, I don't condone violence, but what you ain't gonna do is sit up there and speak to my husband and then dip and dive on me. Girl, she lucky to have edges, because I would have snatched every nappy edge out of her head. Okay? So Tisha Kiki did good by just throwing water, because some people wouldn't have put up with her mess. And I'm just telling the truth about it.
Some people like to me, some things other people feel seem menial, but she knows that for me,
she don't have a soul.
Ignoring me is one of my triggers.
Okay.
Don't do that. With my husband, when he ignores me, it gets deeper. Because he often does that, and she knows that. She knows that when I go to tea,
got no edges,
you guys
man.
know each other really well. So
How I see it.
So is there something
how I see it is a content creator? Hi, yep, that was some Twilight Zone type ish to tell her you are fine with her figuring out where a rumor started, then flip and ask her why she doing it. Gaslighting. Yes, I was so hoping that nobody turned into Wonder Live. I didn't. I just heard some of the content creators talking about it. I didn't watch it. I just went off what they said. And then I did see like a bit of it about the FaceTiming and things. Yes. Yes, how I see it, TV is a content creator. You guys, please go and support her. She is very sweet, very good. I'm always in the bushes. How I.
we didn't see, because we see that happening, and then we see you talking to Stormy about the situation. That's obviously got to embarrass her. What's crazy?
Stormy already knew.
Okay, so Stormy.
Or right after that one, she spoke to my husband, all nice and sweet. I felt very disrespected.
Okay.
And one thing, I just don't tolerate disrespect, Will. I don't. And she knows that also. It might seem, simple to some people. Like I said, menial to some people. Like to me, some things other people feel seem menial. But she knows that for me, ignoring me is one of my triggers.
Okay.
Don't do that. With my husband, when he ignores me, it gets deeper. Because he often does that, and she knows that. She knows that when I go to 10,
you guys know each other really well.
Exactly.
So
it's not
so is there something that we didn't see? Because we see that happening, and then we see you talking to Stormy about the situation.
That Kiki is in the presence of the Lord. And Kiki did everything right, like she's supposed to.
I don't own it.
She made her mistake. She made her mistakes now.
It does.
One thing about it, she made her mistakes with mayor. She made her mistake. She steered off the wrong road because she fell for that mess. And then, her thing is she didn't want Mel to know. She didn't want, she got mad and she said things she shouldn't have said. But at the end of the day, she always have said she need to get more control of her emotions. Kiki never had control of them. Hey, yo. But she would say things because she had an attitude. And then she would think about it and say, well, hopefully nobody will tell Mel. But what happened is somebody told it. She told her mama, And her mama told that blogger, and it was hell ever since.
Obviously got to embarrass her. What's
Well,
crazy is
Listen.
already knew.
okay, so Stormy did, because Stormy acted like she did not know.
Well, I think Storm was just shocked.
And
I
it
don't
was
think she
coming up at the
wanted
table.
to be in the middle of it, you know. And I would not have brought that up if had, you know, I not been very angry at that time. But I was very angry.
Yeah.
And when I am in that,
Unless you learn Click and Clydesdale teeth talk, you wouldn't understand what that demon was saying. Okay? And I was scared to listen to her. Demonic soul.
mode of anger, it's just difficult
To back down.
It is.
Pull it back.
Yeah, it's difficult. I just become a completely, I don't care.
Do you, looking back, did you feel like you went too far with the
Oh yeah, most definitely. I you know,
because Tisha seems very non-confrontational for somebody that like
She says she's non-confrontational. Tisha do things in her spirit. She think about it in her spirit and she go forth and she does it. She manifests evil stuff. She thinks evil things and she plots it. She don't confrontate. She don't get in people's faces. She tries to. But let's just say this. She put batteries in bats and she watched the fireworks. That's what Tisha does.
like most people, you throw a drink at them, they coming back at you.
right.
And some people are like, she probably wouldn't have thrown a drink at her if she knew Tisha was the type that would come back.
There's never been a time that I did something to Tisha that she didn't come back. That was the first time
Okay.
and only time.
Okay.
First and only, you know, and we even say this in the show, we have had more physical altercations than we have with anybody else. We have fought many times, right?
So
Yeah.
that's fine. I know
We have
sisters-
gotten, right,
sisters, cousins, you know, girl on girl, it's a whole different type of energy.
yeah.
Where, because this obviously was taped a long time ago. This came out on television the last couple of weeks. Where are you guys at now? Because that's a really hurtful, it's unfortunate, but it also is a really hurtful rumor.
Yeah.
And embarrassing.
Yeah.
And we know that Tisha has been dealing with people trying to prove that Marcel probably has not helped
Listen.
the situation. Being a bit
Listen.
of a smart ass.
Right.
But you know, there's been alleged accusations of Marcel for a long time that has to be hurtful to anybody.
I agree.
So where are you
I'm a
guys?
woman.
And you're married. You've been
right, and I'm married, so I would never put anybody else's marriage
right
on Front Street or interfere in anybody else's marriage. And my thing, that's another reason why I was ticked.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you should know me better than that.
I wouldn't do that.
Than to put that on me in front of a lot of people. You gonna put that on me when you know
She did it on purpose.
act in that manner.
Yeah.
You've never seen any kind of behavior like that from me. You should know that you should have known when this guy came to you telling these lies, you should have known that they were lies. And you should have heard me out instead of never even listening to my side in the first
She
place.
didn't have no.
Vistaprint, we print everything to show off
She wasn't playing on this and told Kiki. She just didn't know time.
Right.
Tisha
She
used that
have a
tail.
history of it being kind of rocky, right?
Up and being rocky, but not
But to
just
this extent.
blaming each other for and not even explaining or allowing the other person to you know, say their piece. Not that kind of history.
Do you think that, I'm going to ask you just one question. Do you feel like, because this is a alleged rumor, do you feel like Marcel has put Tisha in a bad position?
It's difficult for me to say that. I can't necessarily say that I feel like he's put her in a bad position because and see, that's the thing.
She always took up for them. She could have busted them right then. Tisha, she could have let everything out right then. She still protected you when you never protected your cousin. You ought to be a damn shame of yourself. Ooh, God gonna deal with y'all though.
I'm not against a marriage. If
listen,
they want to work on together, they might have an understanding that nobody else knows about. If you like it,
she let it know right there. They have an understanding. Y'all got an understanding. Mm-hmm. She didn't want to tell it, but she told it. Okay.
Okay, who am I to try to?
Right. Well, but that's one thing. But even if but if the husband, if you're on a national TV show,
Listen,
I would say this: Martell put Melody in a horrible position.
Yes.
Because you're on a national television show. Regardless,
There was no understanding with him, and she actually caught him, in the act, really, of
no
cheating.
understanding.
so
with
you're
him.
saying that if allegedly something has happened, perhaps Tisha and Marcel have an understanding.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because, so many things have come out, and
She didn't want to tell it, but she
debunked
telling
every
the
last
truth.
one of them, So I just think that she believes her husband at the end of the day, and I personally don't think it's anything wrong with it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
If that's what you choose.
You can do whatever. That's their marriage. Right. Their marriage. And I really, just honestly, like, as someone that watches the show, I've interviewed them. At this point, the only person we haven't interviewed is Tiffany and Lewis. No one likes to see marriages destroyed.
Right.
The show is about Black professionals. Obviously, we like a little bit of juice, but I even was rooting for Melody and Martell until Martell made painfully clear that we could no longer root for him. You know what I mean? And we're happy to see her, but no one wants to see that happen.
And that's another, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
That's another thing that really agitated me, is that when I came onto the show, you know that I wasn't coming on to the show to try to go against you, but you put that narrative out there.
Let me ask you this. Because a lot of people feel like, I'm sure you see the comments, a lot of people feel like Melody has positioned you kind of as her pawn against in her disconnect with Tisha.
They can feel that way. However, when Melody turned to me and she said, she asked me whatever question it was, I can't remember what it was verbatim, at the Christmas party. I think she said something like, well, you her cousin, has she ever talked to you about infidelity or something like that? And I'm like, well, I tried my best to get you.
Now, this way she kind of fibbed a little bit. She fibbed a little bit. She did say what she said on here, okay? Because I was like, Kiki, you fib a little bit on here, okay? And you can tell she fibbing a little bit. Look in her eye. Oh, yes, ma'am. She fibbed a little bit on this one, okay?
Answer, so I'm like, well, of course we talked about, marriage before, of course. But yes, she has heard rumors. However, she has not found any of them to be true.
But she did say
That's
that.
what I said.
Well, they probably edited that last part.
No, they didn't. It's there.
It's there.
It's
Well,
there.
what people heard is
Right.
Yes, she has talked to me about it.
And that's
Not the
different
last
from what
part
I
of it.
said.
Right.
So
That's the
then
part
people
of it.
went back telling her, well, Kiki said that.
That was Kimmy.
Said that you talked to her about Marcel cheating before. I never said that. I said we've had many different discussions about marriage. And yes, she's heard rumors before. Who hasn't heard rumors before?
True.
But she has not found any of them to be true.
Right.
I don't feel like that statement warranted her saying and putting out that I was coming against their marriage.
Could you see that if
Listen,
I would just say this, and I think Kimmy is pretty rational
she ain't.
to everybody.
She
I think
is.
on the show, I said that to her. Just the fact that it was a conversation about Tisha with people that don't like Tisha and her cousin, because regardless, you guys are family. So you can have this conversation with me, you can have a conversation with Melody, but at the end of the day, you guys are blood. So anybody else, you guys can go back and forth, and there's still an opportunity for reconciliation in a different way because you're blood.
Now, I would normally feel that way, yes.
Okay.
But how can I feel that way against the person that you dogged me out to? How?
And I guess we don't see her dogging you out.
Right. How do I make sense sense?
Yeah.
And she is the one who came back.
Right.
So let me know what people close to me were saying about me. So how do I do that?
So now, where you were, because like I said, this happened a long time ago. Time heals a lot of wounds. Yeah. So sometimes they really call where it is. It's almost Halloween. It's Halloween tomorrow. It is. Where are you guys at now?
We are in a non-communicative state.
And I think that it's best that we remain that way, at least for a while, a good while. We need time apart.
Do you feel like, especially with the now in that scene, you threw the water on her. Marcel
A CRM shouldn't set your teams back.
made the joke about you possibly being on drugs,
Right.
which would be extremely hurtful, considering just period. That's a hurtful thing to say. But he auto used to it now from them.
You didn't say that,
But
right?
do you think that was him responding to you throwing water in his wife's face?
Yes and no, because he could say that whether it doesn't matter what I throw water in his wife's face or not. He did that before, and I had not done it.
So you feel like they just really don't have respect for you?
I expect that to be said. And I expect her to not check him when he says it. Yeah.
Does she check him when he says anything?
No.
Sometimes.
Okay.
No.
Because fans have said this about Tisha. She's non-confrontational, seems that way to us. Her mom says things that are very disrespectful at times. But it's hard to check your mom.
Yeah.
But still, especially when your mom is talking about your husband, most people will step in and say. So we kind of see Tisha just not necessarily holding Marcel accountable, especially this season, or her mother accountable. So is that just kind of her MO? Can you see that from her being that's just kind of who she is? Or do you think that it's specifically when it comes to you that she's not protected?
Exactly. She won't hold him accountable, but she'll hold every word I say accountable. She'll make me
and she'll hold every word Melody says accountable, every word Nell says accountable, every word Kimmy used to say accountable, and not Marceau, not Martel, not Maurice, none of them. But she'll hold all them accountable. True. Checkmate.
Count for every last word I say, action I make, thing I do, way I breathe.
Do you feel like at all Melody has taken advantage of the situation with you guys being you and Tisha being at odds? Do you feel like that there's been any manipulation on her part to make it, to kind of dig for information about Tisha? Because that question in itself.
Listen.
I feel like that's what I was about to say. When you're in a spot like that on reality television, you have to play the game.
Yeah.
You have to.
She plays the game well.
You have to.
Plays the game well.
This is your adversary. Yes. If you see an opening or a way to get a shot in, you're gonna take it.
Amen.
And that's just about anybody.
Right.
Thank you.
I can't hate on that. She plays the game well.
Yeah.
She plays the game well. What about the other ladies? Tisha and Stormy were not in a good place, really, because of Marcel. A lot of things are happening this season, and most of it have more to do with Marcel than Tisha. Even with Felicia and her, like this, just a lot of issues around Marcel. It feels like the first couple of seasons, Martel was the bad guy. It seems like Marcel's the bad guy.
So that's all on that one. So you guys have the truth right here. Y'all have the truth. You have a family who was looked upon, and as soon as their precious daughter did something wrong, they took that and they ran with it. And they did everything they could to destroy it. Okay. Our live tomorrow will be at 7:45. Yes, Pumpkin, she loved Tisha to the death of her. And that's a good thing. Kiki had a good heart. She did. She just got played. She got up in this TV world, and she didn't know how to play it. She could not see Tisha for who Tisha and Marcel were. She wanted so bad for them not to do her that way, but she just couldn't see it. And she held Tisha and Marcel's secrets all the way to her grave. And it's sad. She understood family. She understood family had. You talking? Tisha doesn't have a heart. She doesn't even have a mind of her own. She going to hell, baby. I don't like when an interviewer does it that way they will ask everybody else but the person they're interviewing, or it's just me. Kiki still have that professionalism in her. I wouldn't took off my stilettos, commence to kicking some a yes. All right, you guys. Well, I am going to go in the house. I have work tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great night. Because these grandbabies are coming out here getting on my nerves. And please give to the channel. Go to envisioну.com. Order your Alive. Dr. Shanita also wants to for you guys to um donate $5. And I'm going to put uh the PayPal on my community wall for tampons for the young women in her village in Africa. She called me. She's in Africa right now. I will put my PayPal up on my community wall. If you guys would please, $5 will buy like 15 packs of pads. Those are a necessity. And Braylon, if you want to know what I'm talking about, menstrual pads, okay? You can do $5, $10, whatever your heart desires. Please help her out. She did get one village, so many, and people donated old pocketbook, not old pocketbooks, nice pocketbooks, and clothing, and it was just phenomenal. So now she's in a different village that she grew up in, and now she's wanting to raise to get the girls past to last them for a while. So she's just starting out with $5. I am sending her money as well. So look on my community page and you will see the PayPal and on there with the information. Okay. Also, please, please, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button as you coming in and going out. You can give to the channel Cash App $sign Teresa Lizzie 12. You can give a super sticker, super chat, donate lives. Okay. Thank y'all for joining me, and I hope y'all learned the truth today. And let's keep Kiki's memory positive and in loving. And let's keep her children in our prayer, as well as Amin, Miss Connie, her uncles, her real family that truly loved her. Let Kiki rest in peace. Let Kiki be at rest. Let Kiki smile that right now, all she's looking up in heaven is saying, humor me. And we did tonight. Okay. Love you guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, y'all.